Hey guys, Big Rat 310 here again with 2 quick reviews. Sorry, I'm pretty tired. It's really late, but I had to finish the show. That dreadful fucking show. I'll get to that soon. Reverse the Curse, Eye of the Storm 2. The reason why I wanted to review Eye of the Storm 2 is because Reverse the Curse has been done to death on here. I wanted to get my thoughts on it, and I do think the show is underrated. But I thought it would just bore you guys in another video, so I think if I include Eye of the Storm 2, it'll be better. Reverse the Curse. This was a pretty decent show, I thought. It has been getting really good reviews, but I really enjoyed it. I agree with Instant Classic G1. The show was pretty enjoyable from start to finish. Even if the match quality wasn't exactly exemplary, I had a lot of fun watching the show. A lot of fun watching the show. So, I'm not going to fault it too much. We start with the 4-quarter survival. Joey Ryan, Rasche Brown, Sami, Callihan, and Shane Hollister. My usual complaint with Gabe. What am I saying? My usual complaint with Adam. Of putting a local talent in the opener, and we don't really get a satisfying opener. I'm only giving you this 2.5 stars. I thought it was enjoyable. Rasche Brown did some nice spots, but really it wasn't anything special. Steen, Claudio, Castagnoli. I don't know why people are crapping on this match. Steen's hurt. This match was very short and very enjoyable for a while it lasted. Told a good story. There was great selling. I'm giving it 2.25 stars because of that. Some people really don't like this match. I don't see why. This was fine. The Young Bucks versus the House of Truth. House of Truth finally win. I've been preaching how more ROH teams need to win matches because their division is shrinking little by little. And I'm so glad the House of Truth won, especially over the Young Bucks. It was a pretty fun match to watch. 3 stars. Really liked Drew Martini. I even liked it when he oversold Nick Jackson's super kick. I thought that was really funny. Roderick Strong versus Kenny Omega. This match was pretty good. 3.5 stars. A lot of people hated the live reports. Did not like people at the live. From what the live reports say, the people there didn't really like this match. They kind of thought it was a little too boring in the beginning. But I thought it was just fine. I thought they told a well-enough story. Obviously, Roderick's going to have to work over your back a lot during the match before, he does the backbreaker awesomeness moves that he does. But still, 3.5 stars, pretty enjoyable for the most part. Sorry, this review's kind of short. I'm kind of tired, and I still don't have my voice completely back yet. And I don't know. Whatever. Necro versus Erick. This was the worst match of the night, in my opinion. 2.25 stars. I don't know. I just didn't like this at all. This match had no substance to it. Very little of a story at all, if at all. And you think in a Necro Butcher match, if you're not going to tell a good story, we at least get the bloody, hardcore awesomeness. We didn't get that either. We kind of got a power slam onto the steps, which was great. And a kick to the barricade, but really they just kind of gave each other headlocks or something. God, I can't even remember. I just remember not liking it. And it was a DQ, and people interfered. I just didn't like this match too much, 2.25 stars. Next we get the match of the night, in my opinion, Tyler Black versus Kenny King. This was really fun. Very fast-paced towards the end. Kenny King was getting sloppy, which I will address in the other show for most of the match. But I still thought he put on a solid performance here. Black went over. The crowd loved this match. I can tell why the crowd liked this match more than the main event, because I did too. But this was a really enjoyable match. I had a lot of fun watching it. And no complaints about it. It shouldn't have gone longer. And the storytelling they did in the first 10 minutes was fine. So I don't want them to shorten that either. I just think this is one of those matches that was destined not to be 4 stars. I don't think there was anything you really could have done. I think the match was kind of perfect the way it was. 3.75 stars. Can't really explain it. Next we get the Dark City Fight Club versus the Briscoes. I really enjoyed this match as well. 3 stars. It's short for the most part. Fun. I said in my 8th anniversary preview, I didn't think Dark City Fight Club and the Briscoes could have a good match because I didn't know what kind of chemistry they would have. The live reports pretty much say that their match was kind of disappointing, but this match I thought was really good. So I might have to change my opinion. I think they do have some sort of chemistry in the ring, and they did put on a really good match here. So I'm not going to totally crap on their match at 8th anniversary show until I see it myself. But yeah, this was pretty decent. 3 stars. Next we get the main event, Aries versus Cabana. This was a lot of fun to watch. It was an old school style cage match, and I did enjoy it. See, unlike Sanders, I love cage matches from ROH only. WWE and TNA don't do it right, but ROH has amazing cage matches. And no, I'm not just talking about Steel Cage Warfare, Whitmer Jacobs. All their cage matches, for the most part, have been at least 4 stars. They kind of have the standards of a Hell in a Cell or a ladder match would be in the WWE. Danielson Homicide, Punk Rave. What was the cage match I just saw? It's Whitmer Jacobs, Steel Cage Warfare, Black, Jacobs. They've all been great, at least. And this one was close. I don't think it quite reached it there. I just think they need to do a little more in the ring. use the cage a little better than what they actually did. But it was still a really fun match, even if it was a little old school for some people. I liked it. I don't like how the Aries worked on his knee a lot throughout the match, and that really played no part in the ending at all. The ending, I'm not too big of a fan of. Why would you do that? Really, in all honesty, you could do other maneuvers that you can just do. They could have done something else with but like Sanders said, it made Colt look like an idiot, that he should look for the consequences of his action like that. I'm not gonna go that far, because I don't really expect the cage to break, but still, even then, like, doing a move like that has no positive upside. You heard him, but other moves could have done it more. I don't know. I just didn't really like the ending too much, like most people. But I still thought it was a very good match, 3 3/4 stars. Overall, the show is very enjoyable. There's nothing great on here, but everything is pretty much enjoyable throughout, except maybe the Necro Butcher Erick Stevens match, which I didn't really have too much of a problem with. The whole show is pretty fun from start to finish. That's why I'm giving it a 7.75. I really enjoyed it. Reverse the curse. Had a lot of fun watching it. It's not really recommended, but it is a lot of fun to watch. Next we get to, Eye of the Storm 2. Okay, I'm going to say this. Honor Hammer, you were there live, and I'm sorry, but that's the reason why you gave it an 8.25. For those of you who don't know, Instant Classic G1 told me he does not want to review the show because he doesn't think there's a point to it. And Sanders Robin told me that he does not want to review the show either because he has no passion for it. He said the show was pretty boring. The matches were really tough to watch, and if he were to review it, he would have to rewatch most of the matches because that's how boring they were. And I have to agree, this show is so dreadful to watch. I'm not necessarily saying it was bad. Yeah, the Black Strong match saved that, but this was so boring. Let's get into it. We get the Set versus Matt Classic, who is Colt Cabana, and Adam Pearce. I actually thought this was really funny. This is my second favorite match of the night. It wasn't really the second best match, but it was my second favorite match. I actually liked the stuff that Pearce and Matt Classic did. I don't know. I found it to be really funny. 2 1/4 stars for the most part. Let's get Grizzly Redwood versus Sanjay Dutt. This was bad. It was 8 minutes, and really it was just Sanjay giving Grizzly Redwood headlocks and then Redwood giving him a small package. Not telling much of a story. And the ending kind of came out of nowhere. Didn't really like it that much. 1.5 stars. I mean, what can I give it? I mean, when he did a Snapmare and the crowd chanting Snapmare, that was funny. But what substance does this match have? Almost nothing. That's why it gets an almost nothing rating. Kenny Omega vs. Red Titus. This was pretty boring for me. Had a hard time getting into it. Had to watch it a couple times. And that's tough for me to get bored into a match. The crowd, by the way, in the show wasn't very good. Sorry, Erick, but they weren't. Kenny Omega, Red Titus, 2 3/4 stars. That was still pretty enjoyable for the most part. They did some really nice spots towards the end. Moving on. Erick Stevens and Vice Smith vs. Kevin Steen, Necro. This match literally put me to sleep yesterday. Instant Classic G1 ECW Hardcore, someone can attest to this. I woke up and I said, fuck this. It's too late. I can't take this show anymore. I had to turn it off and I went to bed. And really, this show was really, really hard to watch. They did nothing the first 10 minutes and told very little of the story. And the match itself just wasn't much at all. It was short, 2 1/4 stars. Didn't like it too much. Cabana Hero, same thing, 2 1/4. They didn't do anything. Not even good headlocks. There was some funny stuff where the referee found the Matt Classic mask in Colt Cabana's boots, which was really funny. That's why it gets 2 1/4. And they did some okay stuff towards the end, but really I just did not like this match too much at all. Again, really tough match to sit through. 2 1/4 stars. Aries and King versus the Bucks. This match was fun. I found it funny, Aries impersonating the Bucks. I'm giving it 3 stars because of that, but Kenny King was godly awful in this match. He was so sloppy. The Bucks were so sloppy. I might even give it 2 3/4. That's how unenjoyable it was towards the end. Because usually towards the end of a Young Bucks match, the Bucks hit all their high spots, but they botched almost every single one, and I blame both teams for it. 2 3/4 stars or 3 stars. I don't know. It was funny seeing Aries and King trying to impersonate the Young Bucks, doing like the Young Bucks moves. Roderick Strong Tyler Black. This is amazing. As most of you know, I'm not a big fan, as much of a big fan as everyone else is of their Omega Effect match. But this was still a lot. This was great. 3 3/4 stars. Really fast paced. Roderick Strong had some nice backbreakers. Told a great story. They used each other's finishers, which was really cool to see. The God's Last Gift that Roderick does comes out of nowhere. And the Gibson driver that Black does is pretty cool. Some really fun spots. 3 3/4 stars. Maybe even 4 stars. I'm not sure yet. but it was still a real. I didn't really like Roderick winning. I mean, obviously we know that there was a draw the next night, but we didn't know that going into the show. Going after the show, Roderick wins and Tyler's a title match next night. I mean, I understand you want Roderick to maintain contention. I can always say that he beat Tyler, but still, I didn't like that booking decision too much. I still thought this was a very, 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 very good match. Match of the night by far. Let's get the main event. The Briscoes and Romero versus Colt and the Wolves. This was tough to sit through in the beginning. Maybe it was because this whole show had just given me such dread. But the beginning was really tough to sit through. Towards the end, it got a lot better. 3.5 stars. It was really enjoyable. I don't know where the hell Erick gets 4.25 from. I rewatched this match twice. I do not see it at all. Kozlov and Romero in the main event because the teams have left. That's not really special. I mean, I know this is a B show, but that's kind of even mediocre for a B show. Like, you know, because the Briscoes and the Wolves left and it was just them in a singles match. I'll give the show a 6.25 out of 10. Worst ROH show of the year, in my opinion. Sorry, Erick. I haven't seen Full Circle yet, but